Hey everybody, welcome back to your flexibility class. My name is Robin. If you are new to flexibility here in live exercise, and we're still in this Yin series, but I thought we'd mix it up today because I was just going to do glutes, but there's only so much you can do with glutes. So we're going to have a little bit more of other parts of the body going on. So let's get started. What are you going to be needing today? Obviously you need your mat. I have a band here for at some point during the class, so if you have a heavier band, attach that to the top of your door. And let's just come down to a child's pose. So we're going to come down to the floor, feet together, knees wide. Okay, walking those hands out, drop your forehead down to the floor, and start to come back to our breath. So here on flexibility, it's so different from your other classes here that goes on at live exercise. You guys have experienced the cardio classes and the BCX, the fat burning, the muscle building. Here it's so different. Here we relax. Here we work on our stretching, our breathing, and we get rid of the tightness and the aches and pains. Let's just take a few more breaths here, just settling into our practice, letting go what no longer serves us, getting a little bit more grounded. Take one more breath here. Exhale, open your mouth, let it go. And then from here, start to walk your hands over to the right. So we're starting to walk those hands all the way over, dropping your left ear down to the mat, getting a little bit further with that left hand. You're starting to feel a little stretch going on the left side of your body, but we're still pushing those hips back. Maybe relax your head down. If you haven't already, start to incorporate your yoga breath. So here on yoga, here in flexibility, we'll work on our breath to stay present. Last breath. Start to walk it over to the center. And let's walk it over to the left. All the way over to the left. Drop your right ear down. You're reaching further with that right hand. Notice how you feel right now. Whether you took a class before this or you worked out yesterday, you might be tight in certain areas. Last breath. Let's start to come back to center, back to your child's pose. One more time. Way to go. So let's come forward, come to your tabletop position. Your hands are going to come back so our shoulders are directly over those hands. And let's go into our cat-cow. So you're going to drop your belly. You're going to look up, roll your shoulder blades back. Give me a little smile, right? We're just doing yoga. And then exhale, round everything. Push your spine up towards the ceiling. Maybe your hands will even come off the floor. Push that spine away. Good, and let's do that again. So drop your belly, maybe tuck your toes this time. Inhale, roll up. Exhale, and round. Let's do that one more time because it felt so good. Inhale, and exhale. Okay, so we're going to push back to our first downward facing dog, getting any tightness out of that body. So you might be feeling this in your calves and your hamstrings, maybe picking up onto those toes. See what's going on here. Move your hips a little left, a little right. Ooh, everything's a little tight for me today. Okay, so let's bring that right foot, lift up your right foot and bring it on top of your left knee. So you can look towards the camera, see what I'm doing. And all I'm gonna start to do is bend that knee, your left knee, so we get deeper into that right glute. Keep those palms nice and flat, spread out those fingers and relax your head. Shake it a little no, shake it a little yes. Push back just a little bit more. And then slowly release, come back to your down dog. All right, we're gonna do the other side. So bringing your left foot up on top of that right quad, start to bend that right knee. We walk your hands in a little bit, and we push back till we get that stretch in the left glute now. So if you did legs, which I did legs on chiseled yesterday, you might be feeling a little bit of tightness going on in your legs, in your glutes. So this is the perfect class for you. Come back to your downward facing dog. Let's just do one little vinyasa. Let's roll forward like you're coming to do a push-up. Come up into that nice straight line, belly button into the spine. Keep your elbows in. We're gonna lower it down halfway, all the way, right? It's like you're doing a push-up. And then tuck your toes or untuck your toes, drop your pelvis down, inhale, up dog, stretch out that belly. And then exhale, push back, downward facing dog. Okay, so just walk those hands to the back of the mat. Separate your feet as wide as the mat. We're gonna come down to a yogi squat. So we come down. Those of you that are a little tight today, I understand, right? I remember last class we did hips, we did this last class. Okay, so take those hands to heart center, push those knees out. Bringing that chest up. Remember, you can always use the wall to keep your spine nice and straight. So I'm gonna offer something a little bit for fun today, okay? So you can either stay here, stay in your yogi squat, or we're gonna do something that's gonna kind of prepare you for maybe a handstand, maybe to get deeper into those hips. So I want you to back, if you're gonna be playing with me, maybe even watch the first time, you're gonna come back to your downward facing dog and your feet are gonna be nice and wide. So what we're gonna do is bend our knees, kick up high like you're doing a donkey kick, and then come back to that yogi squat, bringing that chest up and high. All right, let's push back, downward facing dog. Only if you're playing this with me. I'm gonna come off my mat just because I don't wanna slide, right? So we bend our knees a little bit, we look forward, hips coming up, and chest up. So got those hips going on there, got my shoulders going on in there, and I'm gonna push back. So if you're doing that with me, let's do it a few more times, otherwise stay in your yogi squat. Bend your knees, come up high, into your yogi squat. Try to jump up high and then bring that chest really nice and up. Okay, let's do that again. Push back, maybe getting deeper into that downward dog. Bend your knees, look forward, up high, yogi squat. Woohoo! Okay, let's do that one more time, just for fun. Bend your knees, look forward, feet are wide, hips wide, handstand, just for fun. Yogi squat. Way to go. Push back to downward facing dog, please, everybody. So if you were here, we're coming to forward fold, downward facing dog, let that go. It was just for fun. Walk your hands to the feet, please, and ragdoll all the way up. So if you tried that, right, it was fun. If you didn't try it, who cares? It was just for fun. So we're gonna walk towards the door. So everybody, let's go this way. Okay. So we have the band here. I'm a little out of breath now. We're gonna take the band, both hands. We're gonna get deeper into our glutes. So plant your right foot down. We're gonna take that left foot onto the right knee. If you don't have a band, you can do this body weight. So if you're at the back of the mat, it doesn't matter where you are, right? You're focusing on your balance and getting the stretch in your glutes. So you can be here, or hands on the floor. It's nice to use a band because you don't feel like you're gonna fall down, okay? So right foot plants down, left foot on the knee, and then push those hips back so you feel a nice stretch. Sink your chest down, and then push back. You won't fall if you have that band. Now from here, we're gonna take this into a warrior three, so we get into that hamstring. So we're gonna open up, straighten out that right leg, kick the left leg back. You would do the same thing if you were without the band. Keep the hips closed, chest coming forward, relax your head. Last breath, and then take your left foot to your right foot. Right foot. That's it, that's it. So if you're with the band, I want you to do the same thing on the band. If you're without the band, you're gonna stick with me, okay? So I'm gonna try it without the band, see how the balance is. So left foot's down on the floor. So if you have the band, left foot down, hands grabbing onto the band. Bring that right foot to your left knee, on top of the knee, not on top, not actually on the knee, but on top. So we don't want to put any pressure on your kneecap. Okay, so more on the quad. So we're sitting down. Look what's going on, right? Getting that stretch. The further you sit back, the more you're going to feel the stretch. Look forward. Make sure you're breathing. Sit down just a little bit more. Okay, so we're gonna take this into that warrior three so we get into that hamstring. So standing up, it's okay if the foot touches the floor for a moment. Start to kick the leg back. All right, so straighten out your left leg, kick the leg back. Find somewhere on the floor to look at. If you fall, that's okay. That's what yoga's all about, right? It's about finding the balance. So I'm gonna take my hands to heart center because I feel like my balance is better that way. Maybe not. Maybe the hands on the hips. Let's see what works best. There we go. All right, a few more breaths. Last breath. Sometimes your balance is great, and sometimes it's not. For me, it doesn't seem like it's great today. And then come all the way up. Woo, shake out your legs. Okay, so let's go back to that band. So we're gonna take the band, and we're gonna face away from the door, okay? So we're gonna take our arms out, chest is coming forward, staggering your feet. What's going on right now? Oh my God, my chest, my shoulders. I'm leaning back a little bit, bending that right knee or whatever foot's in front of you. Woo! Keep walking away, getting that nice stretch going on there. It feels so good. And then back it out. Let's do it one more time, but switching your feet. So whichever one was in the front, in the back, is now in the front. Okay? So bending your left knee, let those hands come back, tilt your head back, and then come back forward. So let's face the door, please. So we're looking towards the door, sitting those hips back, letting the arms open up. Okay, so push your tushies back, open up those arms. Not only in those arms, but getting a nice stretch in that back. Maybe your toes will come off the floor. And then let's release. Woo! Okay, back to the mat. We're done with the band. Unless you have really tight shoulders, you're gonna take the band off the door. So I'll show you, right? So unless you have really tight shoulders, we're gonna be taking the band off the door. You don't need your handles anymore. Okay, so from the back of the mat, we're gonna take those hands behind the back. If you're really tight in those shoulders, I want you to use the band. Okay, so that's gonna help you, give you a little bit more resistance. And you're just gonna fold, use the bands, relax your head. If you don't have tight shoulders, you're gonna release the band and just interlace your hands. Now, if you want more hamstrings today, straighten out your legs. If you want more shoulders, bend your knees, and then you'll see how your arms open up a little bit more. So whichever one feels better for you. If you feel like you can get a little bit more, and you have the band, bring those hands closer. If you want to release the band, you will release that band, and just use your hands. Relax your head. Let's release those hands. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, walk your hands out to a high plank. Either a vinyasa or just push back to your down dog. So exhale, we're gonna lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, push back, downward facing dog. We're gonna bring that right foot in between the hands, okay? So right foot plants all the way up there. Left foot stays back, left heel is off the floor. Now once we feel rooted, right? I don't feel like I'm in a little wobbly like that warrior 3. I'm gonna come all the way up. High crescent lunge. Okay, bring that back heel up high, bend your right knee. If your knee's coming over your ankle like mine just was, bring it back a little bit, okay? We wanna protect that knee. Now, open up your arms like a scarecrow. Okay, so we're gonna bring those elbows forward, hands coming back, chest is coming forward. If your legs are tired today, just drop your left knee down to the floor. Keep your ego out of here. Okay, take your spirit fingers behind your head. Now we're gonna open up a little bit more, bring that chest forward. Coming into your humble warrior. So we're gonna straighten out those arms, hands coming behind the arms, open up your chest, and then bow forward. Your right shoulder coming on top or inside of the right knee. Bringing those arms forward, relax your head. Two more breaths. And then release your hands down to the floor. Step your right foot back, open up your right leg. Bend your knee or straighten it, whatever feels better. We're opening up the hip high towards the ceiling. Either stay here, or if you like to flip your dog, you're gonna let that right foot, the top foot, come down to the floor. Slowly. Left hand stays down, right hand comes up, open up your hips. Bring the chest up high. And then return back if you flipped your dog. Right, so right foot coming down. You're either staying here or taking a vinyasa in between sides. So stay here, that's perfectly fine. Listen to your body. If you're taking the vinyasa, please roll forward. Exhale, lower down. Double chaturanga if you're feeling feisty. Inhale, up dog. And then exhale, down dog. Woo! Okay, other side. So left foot all the way forward in between the hands. Back heel off the floor. Let's root ourselves. So we're feeling rooted, right? I'm not feeling wobbly. I'm going to come all the way up. High crescent lunge. Okay, open up your arms like that scarecrow arms. Bend, push your elbows forward, hands coming back. Open up your chest. Keep locking out that back leg. Then take your hands behind your head. Open up your chest. Bring it back. And then release. Take those hands behind the back. Pull your chest forward. Little baby back bend. And then your humble warrior. Left shoulder on top or inside of the left knee. Relax your head. Bring that left hip back versus bringing it forward. So oftentimes, you look like this. So a lot of people are like this. I don't want that. Bring the hip back, okay? 2 more breaths. Last breath. Release those hands. Bring the leg back, 3-leg down dog. Open up the hip. Either stay here, bend the knee. Rotate that ankle if you like. If you flipped your dog on the other side, try it here. So right hand stays down, left hand eventually comes off the floor. Bring those hips up high. Open up. And then let's return back to your 3-leg down dog. Either go to your down dog or take a vinyasa. So your choice, either staying here or rolling forward. Double chaturanga if you want. So exhale if you're doing double. Push right back up. Exhale, push down. Inhale, up dog. And then exhale, down dog. All right. Bring that right foot forward, please. All the way into pigeon. Vinyasa side is done. Woo! I don't know about you guys, that was a lot. Okay, now we're into the yin side, so it's a lot slower. We're gonna hold poses for a little bit longer. Catch your breath, okay? So right foot is forward, left leg is back. Now, I get a lot of questions a lot of times about foot being up high. The higher you bring the foot, the more pressure is on the knee. And if you don't have the openness in your hip, you're not gonna be able to do this. So bring the foot back, either sitting upright or walking your hands down. So coming to your pigeon pose. We're gonna be here for about a minute, so be patient, okay? That's the whole thing about yoga. You have to be very patient because you've been working out your entire life, right? And you've been dieting your entire life and you haven't been working on your flexibility. So that's why a lot of you are the glass men. So all of you glass men out there, this is why you're doing this, okay? So you can get a little bit more flexible and just give it time and be patient with yourself. Now, for the next about 15 seconds, I'm gonna offer you a little bit of a different variation. It's just gonna get deeper into that right glute. We're gonna take that left hand forward, okay? We're just gonna thread it a little bit. So what that does is forces your left hip down and we get deeper into that right glute. So if this was too much, just come back to your regular pigeon pose and just hang out. Talk to me. What's going on? How's everybody doing? Okay. All right, so while I'm here, let me say hi to all my brogies and my yogis. So I have you guys separated today. Brogies, of course, first. Joel Johnson becoming one of the most official brogies and doing this multiple times a week. That's amazing. Jay Freeler, Jeff Kushmarak, I liked your last post, and I love the post of their dog on top of you on Facebook. That was super cute. Rick Whitley, one of the original brogies. Greg Kushmarak, we have both of the Kushmaraks on here, and Andrew. Okay, and then of course our yogis, our ladies. Lots of you today, I love it. Okay, so we have Tatiana, congratulations by the way, one of our winners from the challenge. Allie, Margaret, Barbara, Vanessa, Michelle, Tally, and Joanna. So I love having you all guys all here. Okay, so let's come out of this place. Let's take those hands down to the floor, push back, downward facing dog, shake it out. And let's come forward to the other side. Okay, no drama, just right into the other side. So left foot coming forward, right leg is back, either staying here. Some of you, this is enough, right? Some of you want more, so let's walk our hands down. Coming down to your forearms, relaxing down, maybe bringing your forehead down to the floor, listen to your body. If you want to go deeper, you'll take that right arm through. So right arm's coming all the way through. But notice how that right hip just came down, getting a little bit deeper into that left glute. Okay? Staying here or taking your left hand around, grabbing whatever you can. T-shirt, hip, toe. Maybe your dog if it's next to you. All right. Sometimes our pets do yoga next to us. And if you came here and it was too much, just come right back to the regular pigeon. Just coming back to your breath, most importantly. Notice what's coming up for you in these poses. What is tight? What is not tight? Notice what's coming up for you up here. Okay, that's very important too. Listen to your body, listen to your mind. Okay, so it's almost time to come out of here. Just taking a few more deep breaths. Now, we're gonna take their hands down to the floor. Take the leg back, shake it out. You can either come through to seated or take a vinyasa. So I'm gonna take a vinyasa. I'm feeling a little feisty today. So I'm gonna lower down. I'm gonna push right back up. I'm gonna do that again. Lower down, push right back up one more time. Inhale, up dog. And then exhale, down dog. And then we'll all meet in a seated position. So we're gonna do extended butterfly today. So if you're doing extended butterfly, that means your legs are wider versus being close. So last class we did that with the kettlebell. So we were opening up those hips, but I wanna do this one today so we get a little bit deeper into the glutes and the lower back. So we're just gonna fold ourselves down, okay? No drama, just folding ourselves down. Letting go. Maybe you can take your hands, open up those feet, or take your hands on the floor. If you are very flexible here, you're gonna take your hands underneath your legs, okay? Kind of looking like a tortoise. Relax your head down. If anybody's ever been to Gumbo Limbo before in Florida, I went yesterday and they had a turtle that was 10 years old and probably bigger than my car. It was really cool. So if you ever go to Gumbo Limbo, you see lots of turtles and manatees. Let's stay here for a little bit longer. You're working on getting your forehead down eventually over time. Feeling a little bit of my hamstrings right now. Feel a little bit of my hips. Starting to feel it in my back as I round. If your hands are underneath your legs, start to bring it out. Ooh. I'll stay here just for a few more breaths. Let go. Good. Start to walk your hands up. Ooh, straighten out your legs. Shake them out. And just take a little fold right here. So if you can grab your feet, that's amazing. If you can't, grab beneath the leg, so we keep that leg straight, and we grab either the calf, the ankle, behind the knees, whatever you're grabbing. Okay, you can even take your band, take it behind your feet and fold in. If you're using the band, I like grabbing, doubling it up and doing it that way. Okay, so fold in. About 30 more seconds here. So if you have the band and it was too easy, release the band, grab your feet. Oh, I don't have my special block today. If you have a block next to you and you have the flexibility, I know some of you do, you're gonna hold the block. Okay, so pretend like I'm holding a block here, reaching for it. Okay, that stretch in my hamstrings. About 3 more breaths. Relax your head. Last breath. And let's slowly release. Okay, so we've done pigeon. We've done pigeon and down dog. We did pigeon basically standing. Now we're doing it seated. So we're gonna bring that right foot on top of your left knee, and we're gonna walk that foot in, kind of like you're reading the newspaper, right? You just have like a piece of paper here. Now you're just gonna bring your chest towards that leg, and get that nice stretch in that glute. Not gonna stay here that long, just get that stretch. Good, let's release, other side. So left foot on top, bring your chest forward, walk that right foot in, fold in. Good. So we're gonna release and we're gonna bring us onto our back. So we're gonna do the same stretch, but on the back. I love doing this on the wall, so if you wanna go next to a wall, you can. You're gonna bring that right foot on top of your left knee, bring that left hip forward, and then grab whether it's the hamstring or it's the shin. Okay, so if you're grabbing the shin, you see this, you see how my hips are coming up? That's too much. So grab somewhere lower and get the stretch. And then if you want a little bit more, keep your left hand where it is, push that right knee away from you. So we're working different areas. Ooh, my right glute is tight. Close your eyes. We're gonna take a twist right from here. So we're gonna take your hands out like a T. Just take your right foot down to the floor, okay? Now from here, just push your right knee away from you. And then we're gonna turn it into a deeper twist. So both knees going over to the left. You can either do eagle legs, like this, or unravel your legs and just bring both knees over. Or, there's always an or, left leg down, right knee coming down to the floor, taking a little spinal twist, bringing your head over to the right. Notice how you feel compared to when class started. Any tightness that you had before, is it gone now? Any soreness that you had before, is it gone now? Any monkey brain, any monkey stuff going on up there, is that gone now? That's what we're working on, all of it. Slowly release, please. So we're gonna do the other side, left foot on top of the right knee, hug it in. Wherever you're grabbing, if you want to push the knee away from you, you can do that too. Two more breaths. Last breath. Take your hands out like a T. Start that twist. So the right foot comes down for a moment and just bring the foot over to the right. And then take your right hand and push that knee over to the left. And twist your head over to the left. Either stay here or take a deeper twist. So whatever twist you did on the other side, you're gonna do on this side. So I'm taking my right leg down, left leg coming over, twisting to the left. Control your breathing. Relax your face. Let's come back in, please. Bring your feet together, knees wide. So we're gonna do 2 different types of bridges. Actually, I'll make that 3 different types. If you want to skip bridges altogether for any reason, maybe your back's bothering you or you're just not in the mood today, I want you to stay right here. Let your palms come out wide, close your eyes. Now, if you want to take a bridge, option 1, you're gonna take your feet to the floor, okay? Keep your hips squared, so we're not opening up those knees, we're keeping them same distance as your hips. You're gonna lift up your hips, right? Taking your hands behind your back, shoulders on the floor, and just getting a little back bend here, squeezing those glutes a little bit. If you wanna take the full wheel, you're gonna take your hands, you're gonna lower down of course, take your hands behind your head, okay? And then the first thing you're gonna do is bring the crown of the head to the floor. So we lift up those hips, crown of the head to the floor. That's step 1. And from there, you remember you keep those knees together, you lift up. So we get a bridge. Open up that belly, bring your chest forward. Take 2 more breaths. And then come back down. Good. We're gonna do that one more time. So your choice whether you're staying here, taking the bridge, or taking the full wheel. Okay? One more breath between sides, between sets. Okay, so full wheel if you're taking it, hands behind your head. All right, lifting up. Walk those feet in if you want a little bit more. Push your chest back. And then start to take yourself in. Ooh, everybody give yourself a little hug. Rock your hips a little left and right. Massage that spine. Way to go, everybody. So, it's time to say goodbye. Well, it's never goodbye, but it's goodbye until next time, right? So let's finish off with our little Shavasana. Let's take our legs down to the floor, right? We separate our feet as wide as the mat. Take your hands out wide. Get very relaxed here, so you can move yourself until you get comfortable. Close your eyes. Just let go. Let's take 2 big inhales, open mouth exhales together. So let's inhale, open your mouth, exhale. Do that one more time. Open your mouth, exhale. We let go of all that tightness, all the aches and the pains. And you're just gonna be here and relax. Shavasana. The yoga for athletes. Now remember, I want you to stay here as long as you want. This is your rebound pose, your time to just be. If you're ready to come out, let's start to bring those knees in, one at a time. Start to hug your knees in. Rock a little left, a little right. Okay, side to side. And then forward and back. Coming all the way up to a seated position. Take your hands to heart center, sitting up nice and straight. Close your eyes. So here we not only work on the physical side of ourselves, but we work up here. We work on being present, we work on being still, we work on calming the mind. So it's not always about flexibility. Sometimes it's just about relaxing, being present. So thank you guys for letting me guide you through another practice. As always, it is a pleasure. Peace, love, and happiness. Namaste.